walk the same ridge where the oaks bend low. The ground soft with October's slow goodbye. A cardinal called from somewhere I don't know, and the only answer was a half-dry sigh. The wind threw leaves that hadn't let go yet. But one leaf turned and spiraled to my hand. I didn't catch it, just watched it find the land. Like a letter someone folded once and set aside. We used to walk here when the light would fade. He'd say the trees don't hold their color out of pride. I never understood what he meant till today. Letting go ain't losing, it's a kind of tide. Faith like falling leaves, quiet and slow, showing me what trust is, to release and let it go. I see him now, his hand on that same bar, his fingers tracing names we carved one spring. The bark's grown over, but the memories still start. I hear him laugh at something the jays would sing. He said, even the oldest tree has to drop its leaves. And I've been holding seasons in a jar, afraid that if I open it they'd scar. But the acorn knows the ground is not a grave. We used to walk here when the light would fade. He'd say the trees don't hold their color out of pride. I never understood what he meant till today. Letting go ain't losing, it's a kind of tide. Faith like falling leaves, quiet and slow, showing me what trust is, to release and let it go. The sky turns slate, the wind picks up a prayer. And I'm not crying, I'm just standing here, with wet leaves clinging to the hem of my coat, remembering how he taught me to float on faith that doesn't need to see the ground. We used to walk here when the light would fade. Now I walk alone, but the path feels the same. I hear his voice in the rustling shade. Letting go ain't losing, it's a kind of claim. Faith like falling leaves, quiet and slow. I'm still learning what trust is, to release and let it go. The chair's leg now is steady on the floor. I closed my shop and took the old dirt road. The air was thick with fallen oak and lore. The fence posts leaned where time had overflowed. I stopped right where the barbed wire met the wood. The wind came through the gaps like something good, and the hymn beneath the wind began to play. Not from a church, but from the leaning clay. The rusted gate, the leaves that gently fall. I didn't kneel, but I heard the call. In the quiet that I couldn't understand, the hymn beneath the wind became my hands. The bark was rough and worn against my palm. I knew that kind of patience from my trade. The sawdust years had taught me to be calm, but here the stillness made me unafraid. I stopped right where the barbed wire met the wood. The wind came through the gaps like something good, and the hymn beneath the wind began to play. Not from a church, but from the leaning clay. The rusted gate, the leaves that gently fall. I didn't kneel, but I heard the call. In the quiet that I couldn't understand, the hymn beneath the wind became my hands. This is not the work that I was taught. This is the song that I was meant to hear. The splintered years, the wood that I had bought, were always leading me to this frontier. And the hymn beneath the wind is singing still. Not from a steeple, but the bent up hill. The weathered wood, the grain that he has planned. The hymn beneath the wind is in my hands. The envelopes are stacked beside the flour sack. The numbers add up twice, then once again. The yeast is proofing in a warm bowl, and I am trying not to count the cost of everything. But the sunbeam falls across the table, dust motes dancing like they have no weight. And I remember the last time the pantry echoed, how the neighbor's knock came before I could pray. So I let the dough rise slow, I let the numbers stay a little loose. Every open threshold I have walked through did not close behind me, it let me choose. And the flour on the bills is a kind of blessing, a quiet sign I am still learning to trust. The phone rings, it's the kid who forgot his lunch. I tell him there's a sandwich in the fridge, time the car quit and the band called, and then the check arrived from a job I forgot I applied for. And the sunbeam shifts an inch to the left, dust still floating, still untroubled. I fold the envelope in half, slide it beneath the salt shaker. Tomorrow I will mail it, but tonight I am held. So I let the door rise slow, I let the number stay a little loose. Every open threshold I have walked through did not close behind me, it let me choose. And the flower on the bills is a kind of blessing, a quiet sign I am still learning to trust. I shaped the loaf with the same hands that were shaking, pressed my thumb into the center, a hollow home. The yeast doesn't ask where it will be baked, it just swells in the dark until the heat comes. So I let the dough rise slow, I let the numbers go. Every open threshold I have walked through did not close, it let me know that the bread will break, the bills will stretch, and the dust will drift in the next hour, son. I am still learning, but I am not alone. From last night's frost, I press my thumb in, feel for what was lost. The garden gave my father, built by hand, sags a little lower in the winter sand. I came out here to sort my worried mind, to pull the weeds that grew up in my pride. And my two hands are empty, my accounts are low, but the sun keeps rising and the children grow. Oh, give me a heart like an open field, where the rain falls soft and the stones will yield. I don't need to own what the seasons bring, just a patch of ground where the sparrows sing. Let the wild grace take its time with me, a heart like an open field, finally free. The sweat drips slow and lands beside a seed that somehow found a way to break its need. A volunteer tomato from last year, clinging to a stake that wasn't even there, reminds me that the good work isn't mine. It's the stubborn hope that grows between the lines. And my best plans are broken, my hands are stained, but the vine keeps reaching and the peace remains. Oh, give me a heart like an open field, where the rain falls soft and the stones will yield. I don't need to own what the seasons bring, just a patch of ground where the sparrows sing. Let the wild grace take its time with me, a heart like an open field, finally free. Somewhere in the house my daughter's laughing, sound carries through the window screen. spring. I'm just a patch of ground where the sparrows sing. And wild grace is taking its time with me. A heart like an open field, finally free. An easy plan never took to the shade, but by the fence the wildflowers just came. I never sowed them, never turned the soil there. They showed up like they always had a name. There's a troll in my hand and an ache in my shoulder, pulling every strand of green that don't belong. But I leave a patch of clover by the gate post, 'cause even thorns can teach you to be strong. The smell of roadside blooms drifts across the yard, and a child laughs from somewhere down the lane. I catch myself half listening for his boots to scrape the porch, but quiet is what remains. I sink my fingers deeper in the black dirt, find a root that's twisted like a knot. I could fight it till the sun goes down to dark, but some things take more than what I've got. And the wildflowers remember what the winter tried to hide, that the ground still holds a softness deep inside. I keep pulling, pulling till my knees grow sore, but the wildflowers remember, they grow a little more. There's a corner of the garden where the light only finds its way an hour in the day. I used to stand there crying till I couldn't feel the cold, but that patch has changed its way. A tiny green is pushing through the clay tonight. I don't know its name, but I let it stay. Didn't plant a single one of these, I only cleared the space where they could be. The dirt just gave them what they needed most, a little room to breathe. And the wildflowers remember what the winter tried to hide, that the ground still holds a softness deep inside. I'll keep pulling, pulling till my work is done. The wildflowers remember, they're the ones that won. Dust motes hung like notes that had no song to fall from. I climbed the stairs with winter still cold in my chest. Boxes of moth-eaten things, a lamp with no shade, and a case I had not touched since the funeral left me less. I didn't plan to open it, I came for the old tax forms, but the class gave way like a lock that had waited years for a key.
And
My fingers found the strings they didn't know they remembered. The wood grown once, then settled into the curve of my hip. A bird started singing outside the gable window, and something that had been buried began to turn in the dirt of my ribs. The first chord was a rusted gate, the second almost a tear. Third one fell open like a hand that had been clenched too long. I hadn't played since the news came. I'd hidden the ear, but the melody didn't ask permission. It just moved along. The sweat from my thumb left a dark spot on the fingerboard, and the sun through the dormer laid a stripe across the frets. I wasn't looking for a prayer, I was just trying to hold something that still had breath in it. The bird kept singing, the strings kept ringing, and the silence that scared me started sounding like home again. And my fingers found the strings they didn't know they still remember. The wood grew warm against my palm like something alive. Outside the first bees wobbled through the lilac, and I forgot that the world had ever been anything but this. A man and a guitar, and a slow return of a tune. I was tying back the branch that touched the ground, the one that always bowed beneath the load. I hadn't heard a truck on the county road, just the wind that turned the orchard into sound. Then I saw it, woven twine and a faded lid, set square on the post where the fence line ends. I didn't know you knew my name, or that my grief had such a quiet frame. Piers on the fence post, gold in the haze, left by a hand I never saw raise. I didn't ask for sign or word, just the weight of a gift I never deserved. And the wind kept singing through the orchard trees, singing low and slow and free.
I touched the skin, still warm from the afternoon. Thought of my husband's hands in summer light, how he'd bring me apples from the highest branch at night. I hadn't opened that drawer in years too soon,
but this basket felt like a borrowed resurrection, left where the pasture meets the neighbor section. I peered across the field, no one there, just a shadow moving and a screen door's care. Piers on the fence post, gold in the haze, left by a hand I never saw raise. I didn't ask for sign or word, just the weight of a kept singing through the orchard trees, singing low and slow and free. I bowed my head where the fence post stood. The wood split once, but not for good. And I tasted grace in the simplest way, a piece of fruit on an ordinary day. Peers on the fence post, gold in the haze, no name, no note, just mercy raised. I carried one home in my apron's fold, and the whole house felt like it had been told. Someone saw me, someone knew,
and the wind kept singing the whole way
The stack of envelopes is leaning past the salt shaker again. I know the numbers by heart now, every day, every thin line. Outside the window, the field that's been fallow since June is starting to green, where the rain finally reached it this time. I wipe my hands on my apron, leave the bills half sorted, and let the warm dishwater pull the tension from my skin. And I don't know how the ledger ever balances, but the light on the counter keeps slipping through the crack, like it's been waiting for me to stop adding and subtracting, to just stand here and let the day breathe for a moment. Is there someone who counts the small steps I take, who sees the flower I sift and the prayers I forget to finish? Is the harvest in the field the same hope that holds me, or am I just borrowing time from a promise I can't see? Landlord called this morning, I said I'd have it by Friday. The kids left their boots by the door, and I tripped on them twice. I remember my mother would say, the Lord sees the little things, but I got a whole list of big things that go unnumbered. I pull the plug on the sink, and the water spirals slow, and I catch my reflection in the window, half lit and still. And I don't know if faith means never feeling this tired, but the light on the counter keeps moving across the grain, like it's following a path only the dust knows. And I am just a piece of that same light. Is there someone who counts the small steps I take, who sees a flower I sift and the prayers I forget to finish? Is the harvest in the field the same hope that holds me, or am I just borrowing time from a promise I can't see? My hands are dry now, the dishes are put away. I sit down at the table, the stack's still there but smaller. I don't know if this is fate, just putting one plate after another. But maybe it's the only way I know to say I trust. Is there someone who counts the small steps I take, who sees the flower I sift and the prayers I forget to finish? If the harvest in the field is the same hope that holds me, then maybe I am the field, and the rain is already here. The light through the window, the grain on the table, the quiet after the water drains. I think I heard an answer in the way the day held out, long enough for me to see it. The trail bends where the old fence used to stand. I walk it slow, my boots crunch through the wet. He said this path would lead to open land, but now the leaves have covered every step. I stop and pull a letter from my coat. The paper soft, his hand is still the same. He wrote about a light beyond the hills, and said he'd meet me there when winter came. I used to think the light was just a word, a hymn we sang when nothing else would fit. But here among the fallen leaves I've heard the quiet humming of a world still lit. And maybe hope is not a sudden flame, just one more step along this narrow line. The trail keeps going, I can say his name and feel the glow beyond the fading pines. Back in the workshop, I'm sorting through his things. The wrench he held, the sawdust on the bench. I lift a box of nails and something stings. A folded paper pressed against the end. His words again, don't fear the coming frost. The hills still hold a light you haven't seen. Trace the faded ink, the creases deep, and smell the earth of autumn on the page. And not a fire, not a sudden burst of gold, just a glow behind the ridge, steady hold. I breathe the cold air, let the tears be free. That every loss has company. I used to think the light was just a word, a hymn we sang when nothing else would fit. But here among the fallen leaves I've heard the quiet humming of a world still lit. The trail goes on, stand with dirt on my hands and hope in my chest. The light beyond the hills is where
step is one step closer, rest.
The line hung slack for most of the afternoon. Just a hook and a worm in a sky too blue to move. I counted clouds, I watched a hair stand its ground, and every cast I pulled came back with nothing found. Then the light began to bleed from gold to gray, and I felt the air grow heavy with a change of day. I set the rod down on the bank beside the reeds, and let the quiet take me where no word can lead. The creek keeps singing the same old tune it knows, over the same worn stones, the same slow bend it shows. I came here empty-handed, but I'm leaving full of peace. The creek keeps singing, and the singing doesn't cease. I thought about the years I spent trying to force the tide, the hours I cursed the current when the fish refused to bite. But a man can't argue water into running clear, so I stopped my fists and let the silence draw me near. And the first drop hit my shoulder like a whispered sign, a scent of dust and promise rising from the line. I didn't move to cover what the rain would touch, I just stayed there, soaking in the brokenness and such. The creek keeps singing the same old tune it knows, over the same worn stones, the same slow bend it shows. I came here empty-handed, but I'm leaving full of peace. The creek keeps singing, and the singing doesn't cease. Soft and steady, not a storm, just a release. And I watched the sky crack open like a long-held lease. I hadn't caught a thing, but I'd been caught myself, right there on the riverbank. I put my tackle on the shelf. The creek keeps singing the same old tune it knows, over the same